Oh cool, look! A secret reminder got me some nice jelly beans. Look at this stuff, nice! And it's sugar-free, always good. Yeah, I don't think I'll have a few before the show. Hello everyone and welcome back to another great Super Cool Radio episode. I'm your host as always, Matthew Thomas. Hope you had a great Valentine's Day. As you saw, mine I guess didn't go that well. But hey, that's alright. There's always next year. Now before we jump into the action, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any Super Cool Radio interviews or episodes. And a great way to directly support Super Cool Radio is to check out our store on Threadless. We got some sweet looking shirts available with multiple sizes and colors available for each design. Your support is greatly appreciated and helps us continue making great content like this episode. I'm opening the show with a new single from JT Blackfire. JT is the solo project from the former singer of Candles to Campfires, the Michigan rock outfit from Troy, with their songs Deafening and Playing with Fire. Justin, following the last live show, Candles performed at the Crowfoot Battle of the Bands in January 2020. Had a hard time getting back into music, and the death of his close friend didn't help with motivating him. After grieving, he decided to continue his pursuit of music for his friend to achieve the level of success he always believed Justin could achieve. Icarus was the result of this, a 3-song tribute to his friend and a test to see if he could make music beyond Candles to Campfires. Now, 3 years later, JT Blackfire has arrived, and with his blend of alt-pop and pop-punk styles, he dropped his first true single, That One Time in October, Where We Fell Apart, to overwhelming numbers for him. This song will be off his new project called This Reminded Me of You, expected out in May of this year. JT Blackfire can be streamed on all major platforms, including Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal, and Deezer. Also, his music video for That One Time in October, Where We Fell Apart, can be found on his YouTube page. Please check out, stream, and support JT Blackfire. It is now time to feature That One Time in October, Where We Fell Apart. Enjoy.
Okay. I just want to make sure you're okay. I'm a little worried. So just let me know. Okay. Bye.
I was hung up when I met you, drunk and stumbling on the avenue. Why you gotta lie to play it cool? Chasing the sun inside this bedroom all my life. I spent all these nights around these New York bars, drinking so much airplanes look like shooting stars. Now I'm falling in love and you're falling apart. One thing I knew is how you'd break your heart. I see the sun on your back, but you can't feel it in the dark. This love is poison, but I'm stuck. Now here we go again, and I can't do this anymore. Your love felt just like war. I packed my things, I'm out the door, until you call me again, oh Lord. And all I can do is fall for you. We fucked it up in separate rooms. It's all I do when you get bored. I forgot I wasn't. One night into hotel rooms, nothing I can say would make you stay. And we fight about it all day, break up and make up again from something that I never signed up for. think I'm drowning again, but at least you're happy. She's a heartbreaker, I'm a masochist. I never asked for this, now here we go again. And I can't do this anymore. Your love felt just like war. I packed my things, I'm out the door, until you call me again, oh Lord. And all I can do is fall for you. We fucked it up in separate rooms. It's all I do when you get bored. I forgot I wasn't yours.
I hope you come back soon.
Once again, that was That One Time in October Where We Fell Apart by JT Blackfire. JT is a really great person, and I'm very much looking forward to more new music from him. But now it's time for the latest topics and news. Let's go! Starting this off with some really great tour news. Disturbed has announced a new tour starting on April 27th. Disturbed is bringing some badass supporting acts on this tour. Joining Disturbed on select dates of this tour will be Breaking Benjamin, Theory of a Deadman, and Ginger. Really great opportunity for all three of those bands. I'm very happy for Breaking Benjamin, Theory of a Deadman, and Ginger, especially for Ginger, because I know they had some visa issues last year and they were not able to tour for part of 2022. I'm glad they got that situation worked out and they're going on tour with Disturbed. And I know for many bands not based in the US, it is very hard to get visas and also very expensive to tour in the US. So I hope any bands not based in the US, they get the opportunity to come to the US and tour. Disturbed is an awesome band. I had the opportunity to see them in Gary, Indiana at the Hard Rock Casino in 2021. It was an amazing show. I had so much fun. Liberate, one of my favorite songs by Disturbed, sounds amazing live, and they really bring an incredible show. So if you do get a chance, make sure to see Disturbed live. And I want to cover a very cool story that is making the rounds. Last week, the drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Chad Smith, rocked 2 AC/DC covers with an Australian house band at an open mic last week in front of 17 people. Footage of both songs can be found on social media. This story is so cool to me, that the drummer for the Red Hot Chili Peppers played an open mic in Australia for 17 people. You know, Chad Smith has been with the Red Hot Chili Peppers for a very long time. He has played at sold-out stadiums and arenas. But yeah, you can see him drumming and having a great time in front of 17 people at a club in Australia. It's a really cool experience for those people, because there's only 17 people who could say they saw Chad Smith perform 2 AC/DC covers live at a small club in Australia. So I'm glad that they had that awesome experience, and it's just so cool to see musicians do that. And now this last segment I want to talk about is my take on the current events I see happening on social media. A band will announce a new tour, and that should be a very happy and exciting moment for this band. Yet I see people in the comments upset that this band is not touring in a particular city, and they get very upset, and I can understand that. There's a lot of great bands who I want to see live that I haven't yet, and when they announce tours that do not come through my area, I do get a little sad. But some of these comments are extremely rude and disrespectful to these bands who work very hard to put these tours together and prepare to tour as a band. Many of these bands put in a lot of hard work to not only make great music in the studio, but also to deliver great music live on tour. So please be a little more kinder and respectful to the bands who are putting these tours together. And remember, they may not be able to see you on this particular tour, but have faith that they will be able to come to your city on a future tour. Just my take on what's going on, and I do hope people are much kinder to each other, and especially the bands, when the bands make tour announcements. Now it's time for another edition of This Week in History. What historic events happened this week? Let's find out. On February 13th, 1961, Frank Sinatra launched the Reprise label under Warner Brothers Records. On February 13th, 1982, Pink Floyd's album Dark Side of the Moon marked 402 weeks in the album charts. On February 15th, 1941, Duke Ellington first records Take the A-Train. Take the A-Train was composed in 1939 after Ellington offered Strayhorn a job in his organization and gave him money to travel from Pittsburgh to New York City. Ellington wrote directions for Strayhorn to get to his house by subway. The directions began with the words, "Take the A-Train," referring to the then new A subway service that runs through New York City. And now, we're going to close out this edition of This Week in History with a little bit of interesting history. On February 17th, 1969, Bob Dylan and Johnny Cash recorded an album that was never released except for one song, and that was Girl from the North Country. I think it's been really cool to hear the ideas and emotions that they wanted to express in the album, but knowing what I know about both musicians, I know they have a very high standard for their music, so what was recorded might not have been up to their standards. It would have been interesting to at least hear and to at least understand the album, but I guess we'll never know. I'm not sure if any recordings actually surfaced from those sessions, but if it is out there, please let me know. I am curious to give them a listen. But that is all for this episode of Super Cool Radio. Thank you so much for tuning in. Any topics or news that you want me to cover, leave that in the comment section down below. But before we go, I got time to spin one more song, and this is by a really cool band. They are the Bug Club, and the Bug Club is a very cool three-piece garage rock band from Wales. Recently, the Bug Club signed with We Are Busybodies, and they will be reissuing their debut full-length album, Green Dream in F Sharp, and their 2021 mini LP, Pure Particles, on color vinyl, April 14th. I'm going to spin It's Art. Hope you guys enjoy, and if you do, make sure to stream and support the Bug Club.
It felt so good when I was sleeping. It sounded sweeter than a horn. Just the words that I've been needing. I hope my friends all sing along. Hold on to every gift that they show. Oh, it doesn't have to make sense. You know it's art.
It's art.
You aren't supposed to feel it. It's art.
It's art.
Paddy, Dylan, John and me in a circle having fun, fun, fun. Every dream I ever dreamed. Oh, wake me up before I'm done, done, done. Hold on to every gift that they show. Oh, it doesn't have to make sense. You know it's art.
It's art.
You aren't supposed to feel it. It's art.
It's art.
It felt so good when I was sleeping. It sounded sweeter than a. Just the words that I've been needing. I hope my friends all. It's art.
It's art.
You aren't supposed to feel it. It's art.
It's art.
You aren't supposed to feel it. It's art.
It's art.
You aren't supposed to feel it. It's art.
It's art.
You aren't supposed to feel it. It's art.
Once again, that was It's Art by the Bug Club. Please check out and support this great band out of Wales. Be on the lookout for the reissues of both albums on vinyl April 14th. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like this video and hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell. That way you don't miss any more episodes or interviews. I'm your host, as always, the spirit of Super Cool Radio himself, Matthew Thomas. Thanks so much for tuning in to episode 3 of season 5. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great rest of your day, and remember, stay frosty.